Hello children, today let us learn about figures of speech. What are these figures of speech? Figures of speech are used to express a meaning beyond the text. They beautify the language. That is, when we use always the same words, the same routine words, we get bored. It creates boredom in the listener or the reader. Hence, it is very essential to add color to the words. And this coloring or this life into the words is imputed by the figures of speech. These figures of speech create imagination. They create vivid colors in the language. For example, when you look at this example, children are flowers in God's own garden. When we hear this sentence, immediately we start imagining the children to be flowers. Actually, children are human beings, but we get them into that colorful world of flowers and we imagine God standing beside the garden. And the garden in each imagination, it is different in their own colors of imagination. So, in order to add color to our life, imagination is necessary, and this imagination is kindled by the figures of speech. She is as beautiful as a peacock. When we hear this sentence, immediately the image of peacock with all its colorful feathers spread wide comes to our mind, and we start comparing the beauty of the girl with the beauty of the peacock. Now look, you can even say she is a beautiful girl, but it goes very flat and dim. We do not have any imagination. But as soon as we use the word peacock, immediately we get an idea or the notion comes into our mind that the beauty is not an ordinary beauty, it is extraordinary because it is compared with a peacock. So, figures of speech are such elements which add color to the language. We will just have a glance at a few figures of speech. One among them, the first to be discussed here is metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech in which two dissimilar things are compared and considered to be similar in being. That is, one is equal to other. He is a tortoise. That doesn't mean he became a tortoise. It means that he has the qualities of a tortoise, and the major quality of a tortoise is it is very slow. So, he is very slow in his work, or he is very slow to respond is shown with the sentence, he is a tortoise. He lives in the heart of the city. Now, heart of the city means the main part of the city. How heart is to a human being, the same way heart of the city is the main part of the city. So, here the main part of the city is compared to the heart of a human being. So, this is the usage of metaphor. Now, on to the next figure of speech, that is simile. Simile is a figure of speech that compares two dissimilar things using the words like or as. For example, she is as white as snow. That is, the girl is so fair that the fairness of the girl is equivalent to the whiteness of the snow. So, it shows that the girl is very fair in color. So, this makes us imagine or compare the fairness of the girl or the skin tone of the girl with the color of the snow. He walks like a lion. This shows the way of his walking, that is how majestic and royal the lion is. The same way he too walks, that is the walking style of the person is compared to the walking style of the lion to indicate that he is very majestic, very royal and very kingly in nature. And on to the personification. Personification is a figure of speech in which a human quality is given to a thing or an animal or a bird. Now look at the example here. The flowers are dancing. Actually, dancing is done just by human beings. Thus, the flowers sway in the breeze or the wind. And we compare the swaying of the flowers with the dancing. Here, the human quality of dancing is attached to a thing, that is the flower. So, this is called personification. That is, the flower is considered to be a person who is dancing. Hence, the figure of speech wherein the human qualities are given to a thing or an animal or a bird is personification. The cuckoo is singing. Actually, the cuckoo is making its own sound. It is cooing, and we compare it to the singing of a human being. Now on to the hyperbole. It is a figure of speech where there is an exaggeration of the event or the happening. That is where there is a lot of pep added to it, there is a lot of spice added to it to give an extraordinary or an exaggerated image of certain thing. Here you can look at the example. This horse runs speeder than lightning. We all know nothing is speeder than lightning. But here, this horse runs speeder than lightning means the horse runs very speed. It has a high speed in running. So, speeder than lightning shows that the horse is very incompatible. It is very speed in its running. This candy is sweeter than honey. We all know honey is the sweetest thing on the earth. Now, candy is sweeter than honey means this candy is very delicious. Now, on to the alliteration. What is this alliteration? The use of same sound or letter to produce beauty in the reading. Of the lines is called alliteration. Look at the examples here. The first friend with fun-filled fantasies. Here the letter F is repeated, and this creates a rhythm in pronouncing the line. Hence it is called alliteration, which is generally used in poetry to create a vivid rhythm in the poems. The child with charming cheeks. Here the two letters CH are repeated to create a beauty in reciting the poem or the lines. Hope you all understood the figures of speech. For further updates, kindly subscribe our channel. Thank you children. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day.